Hello and welcome to my Championship Game Week 35 predictions for this weekend's games. We've got a game Friday night all the way through to Monday night where we finish at St Andrews with Birmingham versus Middlesbrough, who, well, we need to bounce back from that horrible defeat away at Millwall last night to get ourselves back in playoff contention. We have to wait for all the other teams to play first though. So let's just jump straight into my Championship Game Week 35 predictions. And Friday night we jump into straight away as Bristol City take on Watford at Ashton Gate. Bristol City with a very, very good away win at Ewood Park in the week. Watford did lose at home to Ipswich, unfortunately for them, but they did get a big win at the weekend over Derby County. Both sides really, really inconsistent at the moment. Blackburn only 2 wins. Bristol City, only 2 wins in their last 5. Watford only 1 for them. Bristol City did win this fixture in the FA Cup by 5 goals to 1 at last time to play at Ashton Gate earlier in January this year, wasn't it? 1-1 draw between Watford and Bristol City on the 7th of November. Earlier in the season in the league, last time to play at Ashton Gate in the league was a 2-1 home Bristol City win. 6 wins for Bristol City, 7 draws, 7 wins for Watford. Haven't kept a clean sheet in 5 Bristol City, which is a bit of a problem. We would see Watford jump ahead of Bristol City in the table as it's so tight between 8th and 12th, where these two teams are currently in the table at the moment. I'm not good about Watford. I'm good about Bristol City to get over the line in this one. I think it'll be a tight game, 2-1 to the home side, though. I am going to back a 2-1 home Bristol City win over Watford in this one. I just think Bristol City will have too much quality, and Watford still adjusting under Edwards, still their new head coach, of course. So, 2-1 Bristol City on Friday night. Into the 12:30 kickoffs we go, and John Eustace is playing former side Blackburn. They used to manage, of course, this one's got a bit more history than the Birmingham game because Blackburn kind of thought he just ran off, which he did, and leave them in the mud, and has got Derby into a brilliant position. Derby have lost back-to-back games away from home, though, to Watford and Hull. They'll be looking to bounce back here against Blackburn, who did lose to Bristol City in the week, of course, but then before that, they've beaten Sheffield Wednesday, QPR and Preston under new coach Michael O'Neill. 11th sit Derby, 20th are Blackburn Rovers in the table at the moment. 6 wins for Derby, 5 draws, 11 wins for Blackburn. Derby did win this fixture early in the season on the 8th of November. They also won it last time at Pride Park because that was John Eustace's first couple of games. One of them was against Blackburn, and of course he got over the line in that one. Derby should win this. I'm going to back them to. I'm going to go for another 2-1. It may sound boring, but I think John Eustace's sides have got more than enough experience to go and win this one, and I think they're going to beat Blackburn by 2 goals to 1 here. Leicester versus Norwich in what is a big game down at the bottom. 2 big clubs not doing so great. Leicester still in that drop zone and still currently heading to Sky Bet League One as things stand. This one takes place at the King Power. Leicester, I remember this game was a playoff and a promotion battle a couple of years back, and Leicester City got over the line in that one by 2 goals to 1. 22nd versus 17th. 8 points separate these two sides. Leicester haven't kept a clean sheet in 9. Norwich have scored 11 in their last 5. Only loss in their last 5 came at home to Birmingham. They've been doing very, very well. Norwich City at the moment, in form table wise, they did beat Sheffield Wednesday in the week. Last time to play against Leicester, they lost at home by 2 goals to 1 in that one. Leicester did beat them by 3 goals to 1. It was not 2-1, it was 3-1. In April 24, last time to play at Leicester. 8 wins for Leicester, 1 draw, 3 wins for Norwich. I'm going to back Gary Rowett's side to get over the line. I'm going to go for a 2-0 home Leicester win in this one. I think they've got to find some wins from somewhere, and I think they're going to pick that up their first here under Gary Rowett. So 2-0 to Leicester City over Norwich City here. And the final 12:30 kickoff of the weekend as Portsmouth take on Hull. Last time this game was played at Fratton Park, it was in a bit of a dramatic game at Fratton Park. Well, yeah, at Fratton Park it was on the last game of last season, I believe. Portsmouth won, Hull won. I think Hull did survive by the skin of their teeth in that game, didn't they? Just stayed in the division, and now look where they are, up in 5th position. Hull did win this game early in the season over Pompey by 3 goals to 2. 3 wins for Pompey, 2 draws, 4 wins for Hull City. As I said, this one takes place at Fratton Park. Portsmouth only last two wins have come away at Millwall and away at Charlton. Millwall was the more impressive game. They did lose at Wrexham in the week. Hull did beat Thrash Derby by 4-2. Actually, wasn't really a thrashing. It was more of a bit of a goal game. A lot of goals. Fifth, Hull at the moment. Portsmouth all the way down in 19th. I'm gonna back a Hull away win. I don't think Portsmouth have been what they were last season at Fratton Park. Definitely, almost definitely. They haven't been what they were last season, where they beat Leeds. I think they beat another couple of big teams in the Championship last season. And that's why I'm backing Hull City to win this by 2-1, as I still think they will have too much quality over Pompey here. Charlton take on Wrexham then at the Valley, and this might be a difficult game for Wrexham going away to Nathan Jones' Charlton, as it's two sides that got promoted from League One last season, which feels like many moons ago now. Back-to-back wins for Wrexham over Ipswich and Pompey. 4 wins in the last 3 wins out of the last 4 for Wrexham. Only a Bristol City draw is holding them back. They did lose at home to Millwall though. 54 points for Wrexham, 41 points for Charlton. Only 13 points separated the two sides, and there's 12 spaces in the league separating them at the moment. 1-0 home win for Wrexham over Charlton last time they did play on the 8th of November 2025. 3-0 home win for Wrexham back then, and last time was a 2-2 draw between Charlton and Wrexham on the 26th of October. 0 draws, 1 draw, 0 wins for Charlton, 1 draw, 2 wins for Wrexham in their time they have played against each other. I'm going to back a draw in this one. I'm going to back another 1-1. This will be 3 1-1 draws on the trot for Charlton. If it was a 1-1 draw, I can just see it. I just think Charlton will grind something out, or get something out of this game against Wrexham, despite Wrexham scoring a load of goals at the moment over Ipswich. Well, only over Ipswich really, and they beat Portsmouth as well. But yeah, they're on really good form at the moment, Wrexham, but I think Charlton will hold them by a draw here, 1-1. Coventry versus Stoke at the CBS. Then Coventry won 3 on the trot after that little blip they have had over Middlesbrough, West Brom and Sheffield United. 2 probably very good sides in the league, especially going away to Bramall Lane's no big deal. Well, is a big deal, sorry. Going away to West Brom's no big deal. Anybody can beat them. Stoke did beat Oxford by 2-1 last night. Decent win for them in that one. Head-to-head record looks like this. Stoke did win this fixture in the FA Cup in January. Coventry won in November at the Bet365 as well. Coventry did beat Stoke by 3-2 on the 8th of March as well. Last time at the CBS was last season, and that was the 3-2 game. 7 wins for Coventry, 3 draws, 3 wins for Stoke City. Coventry ranked first at home in the Championship this season. Of course, they've won 3 consecutive matches, including away wins at Sheffield United and West Brom, which we've just spoke about. Stoke have conceded 32 goals against an expected 44, which XG, forget about it. Scored just 5 goals in their last 5 matches. Have Stoke and Silver Thomas ranked second in the Championship with the most biggest chances created. Stoke did win last night. They're going to lose this, though. This is going to be a big Coventry win. I'm going to go for a 3-0 home Coventry win. I think Stoke's still got a few injuries on the board, and I think that is going to affect them in this one, and that's why I'm backing Coventry to win this by 3-0. Ipswich versus Swansea now then at Portman Road. Good away win in the week for Ipswich and Kieran McInnes' team as they beat Watford by 2-0. Swansea did draw at home to Preston. Maybe 2 drop points, but if you look at Preston's form, they're still in the playoff race. If you look at their table position, they just haven't been great in recent weeks. 4th versus 15th in the table. Ipswich did come here earlier in the season, or to Swansea earlier in the season, and battered them by 4-1 last time to play Ipswich. Ipswich did play Swansea. Was back in at Portman Road. Was back in 2023. Home win for Ipswich on that one by 3-2. Ipswich have just lost 1 of their last 10 midweek fixtures. What's that use got to do with me, football? Thank you for that. No draws in the last 7 matches between these two sides. Ipswich have been awarded the most penalties in this Championship season with 6. Zan Fipotnik leads the Championship. Scoring charts was 16 goals. Swansea sit 15th, but overperformed their XG table by 2 spots. Who cares about XG? I'm going to back Ipswich for a nice 3-1 home win in this one over the Swans. I think it'll be quite a comfortable win in the end for Kieran McInnes' side. So, 3-1 to Ipswich here. Oxford versus West Brom is next at the Kassam. Oxford losing in the week to Stoke City, never great. West Brom drawing at home to Charlton Athletic as well. Probably could have won that game. They took the lead in that game as well. Did West Brom, and Lyndon Dykes helping them, or helping Charlton, I should say, to an equaliser in that one. 21st versus 23rd, two teams that are absolute crap this season. Oxford are 9 points below their expected points based on XG. Who cares about XG? Get in the bin. Only one goal in their last 5 championship matches for Oxford. West Brom sit on 7 points clear of relegation in January. Now just sit 1 point above the drop. Absolute insanity. They've also sacked Eric Ramsey. Right decision. Couldn't get that team playing at all, could he? West Brom only scored 2 goals in their last 5 matches, despite creating 39 XG this season. Earlier in the season, 2-1 home win for the Baggies over Oxford. Last time they played at Oxford was a 1-1 draw. 0 wins for Oxford, 2 draws, 2 wins for West Brom. Going to back a bit of a boring 0-0 game here, because both sides I don't think are very good. They can't score goals. Oxford are just not very good at home either under Matt Bloomfield. They had a little bit of a resurgence where they won a couple of games, but it's still been pretty horrible from Oxford United and still sit below West Brom in the table. So yeah, 0-0 here, but if I had to back a goal in this one, it would be to Oxford over West Brom, I think. But yeah, 0-0, boring game here. Preston versus Millwall is next then at Deepdale. Preston only one win out of the last 5. Bit of a problem there, only beating Portsmouth by a goal to 0. Millwall get a very good win over Birmingham by 3 goals to 0 last night. Not sure what happened to us. I'll talk about that on the Middlesbrough prediction. Yeah, Millwall did lose at home to Portsmouth at the weekend as well. It was a bit bizarre, and then the perfectly responded with that 3-0 home win over Birmingham, haven't they? Earlier in the season, this was a 1-1 draw between the sides, between Millwall and Preston. Last time to play at Preston was also a 1-1 draw. 2 wins for Millwall, 9 draws, 9 wins for Millwall. 9 wins for Millwall. Bit of a bogey side are Millwall for Preston, sorry. Preston's never seemed to get a win over Millwall. Bit of a bogey team for them. 3rd versus 9th in the league. 10 points separate these two sides. Preston scored just 5 in their last 5. Millwall have kept the most clean sheets in the Championship this season. Scored 9 goals in their last 5 matches. Have Millwall, and Max Crocombe leads the league in saves per match, who is keeping them in a lot of games. As Preston never seem to beat Millwall, I'm going to go for Millwall away win in this one. I'm going to go for a 1-0 win for the Lions in this one, and get back-to-back wins and continue their good form from midweek over when beating Birmingham by 3 goals to 0. But yeah, 1-0 to Millwall in this one over Preston. QPR versus Sheffield United then at Loftus Road, one of the probably better games this weekend, or is it? It's just mainly a mid-table crunch clash, really. QPR got absolutely battered away at Southampton in the week by 5 goals to 0. Sheffield United lost at home to Coventry. Not a big deal considering what Coventry are doing this season. QPR have won 3 of their last 6 home championship matches, but then did get spanked away at Southampton, didn't they? Not last night, the night before. Sheffield United have just drawn 3 of their 34 league matches this season. It's either win or lose for them. Gustavo Hem has created 13 big chances this season, more than double on any QPR player, which is ridiculous, I think. 0-0 draw between the two sides early in the season. Sheffield United did win this last time. Did play at QPR, but that's when Sheffield United were half decent. Last season, 4 wins for QPR, 3 draws, 7 wins for Sheffield United. Back in the Blades in this one. I'm going to go for a 2-0 away Sheffield United win. I think QPR really on a bit of a downward slide at the moment under Julian Stefan at the moment. But I think there'd be growing pressure if they manage to lose this game as well. So 2-0 to the, not Borough. I was going to say Middlesbrough. 2-0 to Sheffield United here. Final game on Saturday is Sheffield Wednesday versus Southampton then. Sheffield Wednesday, we know, are on a horrible losing run. I'm not going to gloss over that too much. Southampton, on the other hand, 4 wins out of the last 5. They seem to be clicking of some sort at the moment at the right time. And if they can continue this, they'll be finishing in the playoffs this season. 7th, they sit in the table. They sit 4 points off Wrexham in the playoffs. Now, they've scored 13 in their last 5. They rank 4th in the Championship XG. Leo Cienza leads the Championship with 18 big chances created this season, and Matsuki scored his first 2 Championship goals in the 5-0 thrashing against QPR. I think somebody's pulled out of a proposed takeover of Sheffield Wednesday this week, adding to the club's problems. They've only scored 2 in the last 5. They're also relegated now. Sheffield Wednesday, Southampton win this. I'm going to go for a 4-0 away Southampton win. I think this would be quite a routine, simple win for the Saints in this one at Hillsborough. And comfortable 4-0 here. Into Monday night's game then as Ipswich. Where have we got Ipswich from? I'm thinking a Tuesday night already. Birmingham take on Middlesbrough at St Andrews at Nighthead Park. Birmingham finally losing a game since the New Year's defeat away at Watford. They finally lost 3-0 away at Millwall. The away form is back, baby. 2 draws on the trot for Middlesbrough. 2 drop points, really. Or 2 games worth of drop points, so 4 points dropped overall at home to Leicester. Gary Rout does love a 1-1 away from home there. Did draw at home to Oxford as well. They've got to be winning that one as well. 2nd versus 10th in the league. Birmingham just clinging on. 5 points off the playoffs now as Wrexham did win. Middlesbrough won this fixture by 2-1 earlier in the season when it was a midweek fixture, I believe. It was a Saturday game. Was it Rob Edwards' last game in charge? No, I think he moved on by then. Anyway, 6 wins for Birmingham, 5 draws, 14 wins for Middlesbrough. We definitely do struggle against Middlesbrough because last time we played them at our place, we lost 1-0. I think that was one of the must-win games we had to win to try and survive. Obviously, did end up going down that season. Thank you to Mr. Wayne Rooney on that one. Good form up to the Millwall game. Conceded the most penalties in the league with 5 at the moment. Middlesbrough have also outscored expected goals by 7 this season. I'm going to back a Birmingham win in this one. I think this could have a few goals in it. I'm going to go for a 3-2 home Birmingham win in this one. I think we will get over the line. I think the home form is carrying us through the season. A couple of away wins here and there, but it's mainly the home form that's getting us through and keeping us in the playoff contention, and it's going to keep us going here. And I'm going to go for 3-2 Birmingham home win over Middlesbrough. Thank you very much for watching my Championship Game Week 35 predictions. If you did like the video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all of that good stuff. Hit the notification bell while you are at it. And I'll speak to you all on the next one, which will be Premier League predictions tomorrow. So don't forget to hit the notification bell when you've subscribed to stay tuned for that. And I'll speak to you all on the next one.